Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Hello Basic. I'm here with my good friend Chef Renato.
Hi guys, how's it going? Today we're gonna show you how to make perfect eggs at home. No worries, we'll just go over some basic techniques and you'll be pro at home cooking with eggs.
And you get to make delicious looking eggs like this at home. So, let's go.
When doing a poached egg, some people like to put the vinegar in the water, but what I find it's better is that you put the vinegar in a small container and then you pour the egg into it. So this way the vinegar will set the egg whites around the yolk and it's easier when you pour the egg into the water. Just do that and you let it set for 2-3 minutes and then you put the egg in the water. You want to boil the water, and before you put the egg you want to take the heat a little bit to medium heat, and then you do the windmill. Don't be afraid if it spills out a little bit, it's okay, it's just water. And then you put the egg in the middle. And then we wait a little bit, 2-3 minutes, depending on the size of the egg. Should be perfect. Salt. If you cook eggs with olive oil, they'll still be okay, but with butter, it's another level. What you need to be aware of is that butter will burn before the eggs are cooked. So when you cook butter with eggs, you put the butter and add a little bit of oil. If you have a high smoke point oil like rapeseed oil or something like that, just add a little bit. That will help the butter not to burn and you'll have perfect tasting eggs. 2 things to consider when making scrambled eggs. First, start with the pan cold, okay, and have patience. A little bit of butter, and just a tiny bit of rapeseed oil. Now we wait for the butter to melt. If you're making eggs for like lunch or dinner, it's usually 3 eggs, but I mean, it's up to you. If you want to have 7 eggs, just go for it.
You want to be an American.
Yeah. Doesn't.
You eat 8 eggs and bacon.
And bacon. Okay, so just let's scramble the eggs. At this point, we didn't add anything. We just want to scramble them. Just want to like emulsify the yolks so that you end up with an even mixture. This way you make sure that your scrambled eggs won't have like yellow and white dots. It will be a consistent yellow. There you go. See? Okay, this pan is already too hot, so let's just let it cool down a little bit. So we add. What happens is if we add our eggs now, the part of the eggs that are in contact with the pan will cook immediately, and you don't want that. You want it to cook evenly. So yeah. See, we'll let it cool down a little bit. Just make sure that the pan is evenly coated with the butter, and let's add the eggs. See? No sound. That's what you want.
Yeah.
No sound at all.
And again, we're adding those eggs off the heat, right? Because the heat was a little bit too intense for these eggies, and we want to treat them nicely.
Mm-hmm. When cooking with eggs, 2 things really important. Just make sure you use a non-stick pan and a rubber spatula, because if you use a fork, a knife or something like that, what happens is you're gonna scrape the bottom of the pan and you'll end up with a non-stick pan. afterwards. So just use a rubber utensil. I know it's time consuming, but I mean, if you have time and if you want a perfect like creamy, what's it called? Scramble. Yeah, if you want to have like perfect creamy scrambled eggs, just take your time. It will take like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. See, when it starts to like stick to the pan, maybe it's a good idea to take it off the heat a little bit.
Alright, so these eggs are just about done?
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit more, just 10 seconds more. You don't want any color besides the yellow of the egg. That's okay. It's At this point you can season the eggs with everything you want. If you want a little bit of heat, you can just put a little bit of sauce, hot sauce. You can put a little bit of grated cheese. If you want to have melted cheese with your eggs, just put them in the pan before you plate it, just so the cheese melts. But at this point, any dry stuff or herbs, you want to have them outside the heat. Okay, for the omelette, it's the same principle as the scrambled eggs. You wanna add the eggs first.
I was waiting to see if it was gonna be orange.
It's always a surprise, not that. It was one of a kind. Okay, we'll just use 3 for now. And scramble. Pro tip, if your eggs are really fresh, and if you feel like they're not mixing that well, you can always add a teaspoon of water, like cool water. That way you'll have a more consistent mixture. It won't affect the flavor, it won't affect anything. You just end up with a more like consistent final product. These eggs won't need that, so just keep it this way. Okay. Again, let's season. A little bit of pepper. Let's see if I don't make the same mistake again. Salt. Go easy on the salt. You can always add a little bit more. Okay. Now, again, same principle. Use butter with eggs, always butter, and a little bit of grapeseed oil to stop the butter from burning. If you think it's a lot of fat, honestly, just don't make an omelet. It's the best advice I can give you. This is the least I can use for it to work, because for the omelet you really gotta use a non-stick pan, and you really want to make sure that it's coated all the way through so that your omelet won't stick to the pan. Okay, it's melted. We add the eggs. No noise. You don't want that simmering noise, that bubbling. You want it like this, and we keep on stirring. For the omelet, the first part of the process, it's really the same as the scrambled egg. You just want to mix it. You just want to keep cooking it until a certain point. See, now it's starting to cook now. So what we're looking for here is we want to create like a layer of cooked egg below the uncooked egg, because that layer, when we turn it over, it's gonna be the top part of the omelet. So we want to mix it, but not too much. There's a lot of ways of doing an omelet. Some people do it in the oven, some people use a broiler. You can use a pan. You just make sure that all the egg, including the part that it's not on the bottom, it's cooked. So mix a little bit. Okay, now let's let it set. Yeah, it takes time, but good things in life take time. This is always a good time to clean up. You don't want to get your kitchen all messed up. So while you wait, you can organize, clean. So this way you save time later. Okay, so now I'm happy with the consistency of the egg. So we're gonna start to form the omelet. See, what I'm doing is I'm releasing the edge of the egg from the pan. Okay, you can lower it now, and we're gonna start to fold it into itself. If this happens, don't worry, just give it a minute, it will cook. Now you're saying, oh yeah, but that's ugly. I know, but it won't be this way, don't worry. Okay, now I'm gonna use a little bit more butter. What you want to do is get that butter on the parts, on the upper parts here, so that this butter will help release the omelet from the pan. So when we turn it, it will be.
Alright, so at this point, we kind of realized that this first omelet wasn't going to work out, and we started getting a little sign, you know. Keep in mind, this is Chef Ren's first time using my stove, and it is not great. So we scrapped that omelet. By scrapped, I mean I ate it, and we made another one. We just used more butter this time, and careful with the heat. So here it is. Remember, as a pro tip, add some butter at the end for a nice little sheen on your omelet. It just makes it more pleasant to look at, and it tastes better. And after we plated all this food up, of course we snapped some pictures and we ate this bad boy. I just want to give a huge shout out to Chef Ren. As always, if you're enjoying these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Shout out to all the winners who won hot sauce this Friday. We will be doing another giveaway for mac and cheese coming up soon. Until next time, enjoy y'all.